So the NFL draft's behind us. I recorded some ADP data on Playdraft around April 25th, 2019, just right before the draft. And I wanted to see how players shifted, whether it was rookies, some veterans, just to try and get some ideas about where I want to place money, what guys are dropping in value that I might be able to get at a steal. So the data that you're going to see here is recorded from April 25th to May 14th. And I thought there was some key standouts that you need to be aware of. There's some pretty obvious ones, but there are some guys that are going to surprise you. There are a couple rookies I wanted to take note of before getting into the top 10. Noah Fant out in Denver. He showed a shift, moving up 29.9 ADP points to 135.2. Seeing a shift of about 30 ADP with Noah Fant definitely makes me want to invest in him at a tight end spot, but I do have concerns when you have your rookie tight ends. Usually takes 2 to 3 years to really develop them. So there might be an expectation of production immediately that could fail. Usually with the tight ends, young tight ends, I'm going to try and wait a round or two beyond their ADP. If they do fall, then snap up the value to take the shot, but I don't want to take it at the immediate value. Marquise Brown shifted from 173.8 to 161.2. Moved up just about a round. A lot of people like the talent. The biggest problem is actually the landing spot. Baltimore Ravens. You have Lamar Jackson. Passing, you do have a lot of concerns with Lamar Jackson. So if he progresses, all of a sudden this guy's the steal. So if people are not having faith in a high talent receiver, whether it's because of the injury or the Baltimore Ravens situation, this might be the guy to pick up on par with his pick or a round later if people are giving you that value. A.J. Brown was the biggest standout in value that I'm looking at soaking up in best balls. A lot of people are going to have drafted rookies and not want to part with them. A.J. Brown started out at 149 ADP. He moved to 184. That means he fell 35 ADP points. That's almost a full 3 rounds. So the public's pretty sour. This is obviously reflective of Mariota and the Titans and that offense. Corey Davis can get better from this, but A.J. Brown may be the future best ball payoffs in this year. This seems like the best possible steal. I know I was perceiving A.J. Brown coming into rookie drafts as the number 1 receiver. Landing spot definitely ruined it a little bit. But the way everybody's souring, big advantage to gain in best ball bets is when everybody is terribly fearful. Kind of like Marquise Brown. A.J. Brown, people are heavily fearful about him right now. This seems like he may even fall further beyond what you see here, and that may be a difference maker to really win a flex spot in your best ball leagues. Top 10, Paris Campbell. He started out at 210. He shifted to 135. That means he moved up 75 spots. This is the second biggest ADP shift. So when you have these drastic shifts, everybody is hopping on board. So you have the talent in Indianapolis with Luck. You know he's going to throw to him. This guy's going to be a WR3 at worst, might move up to WR2. This may take an extra year for development. You're looking at just outside of the 11th round. So this is fine where it's at. Usually with the 10th round, you're going to want to take shots on other guys that you know are going to definitively produce. There's a lot of faith in this guy, seeing how the public's bet. Number 9, TJ Hawkinson. He shifts from 128.3 to 113.4, up 14.9 spots. I love the landing spot. A lot of people want to talk about the Detroit Lions from a perspective of Matt Stafford. Look how he failed with Eric Ebron before. You know, offensive schemes change. The talent also represents a lot. This guy's ridiculously high talent. I have a lot of faith in Hawkinson for the future, but we do have to keep in mind that, hey, this is a rookie tight end. Same thing with Noah Fant. You got to know whether this is the guy you want to bet on to produce immediately. In my opinion, I'm fading Hawkinson an extra round. I mean, this is a general thing in best ball. If you can just soak up value an extra round behind, it's just like redraft. If you see guys slipping in rounds, you soak them up. You try and gain value. Hawkinson seems like there could be a huge payoff with the soak up of an extra round value. Number 8, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray shifts from 130.3 to 109.6. That's up 20.7 spots. It's like a round and a half roughly. The big difference with Kyler and a lot of these other guys, is he's going to play immediately. He's got the talent to really produce. The problem is you've got an Arizona Cardinals offensive line where they didn't address the issues, but they're going to be behind. So this guy's going to be producing. I think you have to take a shot on Kyler Murray. I'm not certain I want to take the shot at 109.6 just at the beginning of the 10th round. And I don't want this guy to be my first QB on my team. I have no problem him being my second one, but I don't want to let it ride on a rookie QB where you have no idea what this situation provides. Talent's there, upside's there. Doesn't mean it's going to be in his first year. Number 7, Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman had the number 1 upward shift. He moved from 216.4 to 107.9. That's up 108.5 spots. That's 9 rounds. Everybody is betting with their money saying, this is the guy. Number 6, DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf shifted from 120.2 to 104.6, up 15.6 spots. I see this increasing a lot more now that Doug Baldwin retired. Tyler Lockett, he's their number 1 to number 3. You have no idea where it is. Everybody's kind of confused whether David Moore really is stepping up, if he's stepping up ahead of Lockett. There can be a ton of running going on, much more than we even perceive. So this could be a very risky best ball pick. I like him for the future in Dynasty long term. I just don't know what's going to happen immediately. And best ball, until Seattle figures out their offense more, I'm not really investing in best ball. Number 5, Darrell Henderson. This is probably one of the biggest surprises to me was Darrell Henderson. He went from 149.7 to 99.5. That's up 50.2 spots. That's a little over 4 rounds. The public seems to believe the Todd Gurley news of something's really wrong with him. He's not working out. And his college production was insane. He goes in a situation with the Rams where Todd Gurley's paid a ton of money, so they're going to use him. But if there are issues with that knee, this may be the next transition step. Now, there is no guarantee that Henderson is the guy that comes in and splits backfield or just takes over for Gurley if Gurley's actually that injured. You could see some stuff from Malcolm Brown. I do like Darrell Henderson for the future in LA. I'm not certain that I want to spend a 9th to 10th round pick on a backup running back, potentially behind one of the top 5 running backs in the league. Number 4, N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry moved up from 165.8 to 95. That's a 70.8 ADP shift. He was the 3rd overall riser. I like the landing spot, potentially. There's a lot that can go wrong in New England. There's a lot that can go right, but there's a lot that can go wrong. I do see him becoming the WR2 by the end of the season. Not sure when, building up to it. That's a complicated offense to learn. You know, these receivers have to be in tune with Brady. It's not just like, hey, just go run a slant. The upside could be there. I'm not going to take a lot of risk on N'Keal Harry at the price that people are paying. You know, you have somebody like Edelman. This is the type of thing where in best ball, I look towards something like Philip Dorsett, where he's their WR2/WR3 before N'Keal Harry gets there. That's the guy who's dropped significantly, where you think about, hey, I'll take that guy in the 17th round, take a shot on him as opposed to a rookie who hasn't performed yet. The talent is there for N'Keal. He's going to be great in the future. I just don't think he's worth the risk immediately in best ball. Number 3, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders shifted from 107.6 to 60.7, up 46.9 ADP points. You're looking at a running back who's going to come in, probably going to take over backfield. He'll probably start in a running back by committee in the beginning, but I can see this being his backfield at the second half of the season. The question is whether you want to take a 5th round pick or going into your 6th round pick on your RB2/RB3 situation with this rookie. I can see the payoff existing. The talent is there. This may be what wins people's leagues because your RB2 was picked up in the 5th round. Number 2, David Montgomery. David Montgomery shifted upwards from 107.9 to 58.1. That's almost 50 points at 49.8. David Montgomery is heading into a backfield where he's competing with Tarik Cohen. They'll probably split carries. Tarik Cohen will still be producing, but it does lower the ceiling of Montgomery. Chicago traded up in the draft for him, so I would expect some production, especially in his rookie year. He might eventually be the main guy in the future. The people seem to believe a lot more in Montgomery than I do. I'm not going to spend a 5th round pick on this guy. If I am going to take a shot, it will be in the 7th round. This is more of a Tarik Cohen truther on my end rather than a, hey, look at this rookie. He's going to come in and take it over. Number 1, Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is the guy moving from 59.9 to 34.8. That's up 25.1 ADP points. You're looking at a third-round draft pick. The landing spot, opportunity, everything adds up here. Who knows what's going to happen with that offense? I have questions about Jacobs. I will still take the risk on him at this point, though. In best ball, I think he is worth the pick where he is at. My concerns come from a weird scenario where you have a running back who was backup running back behind Damian Harris. All of a sudden, everybody's talking about his elite talent over somebody like Damian Harris. That situation is not crystal clear that, hey, this is the best guy in the NFL draft. Not metrics, but scouts are telling you, yes, this is the dude. You look at tape, you can see, hey, this guy wasn't on the field all the time. This wasn't the bell cow. I have faith in Jacobs because of the opportunity. Talent's pretty good. From a best ball perspective, though, money-wise, this is the home run pick. Obviously, you have to take it. You do it, despite my feelings of, hey, this guy was sitting behind Damian Harris. You do have to raise some flags that this guy was not the starter. These are your top 10 rookies. You can take advantage of this by getting some trades in Dynasty leagues where you think somebody is higher than maybe people are perceiving them negatively. A.J. Brown, for example. But it's up to you to interpret the data and make your critical decisions for yourself. 2 veterans I want you to be aware of. The first is the obvious one. It's Tarik Hill. He went from 26.9 to 95.7. He downward shifted 68.8 points. This is, 5.5 rounds he dropped. This is a guy that can win you best ball leagues. If he only plays 8 games, when he comes back, you're going to have an extreme production that will help you win the second half of your best ball season. I might try and extract 1 extra round out of him. When you look at Mecole Hardman's ADP of 107.9 and you look at Tarik Hill's of 95.7, you go, man, it's just a round behind. I can see these two swapping over the next couple weeks. So Tyrik's definitely going to keep drifting, but I have seen reports where GMs are talking about how Tarik will still be in the league, despite our own personal opinions of how we think of the dude. These are experts who are going to still invest in this talent. Normally, I don't want to take shots on off-field issues, but this is the type of guy that can win a league. All the other ones I would usually let fall to the 16th, 17th, 18th round in best ball leagues. This is the one where you strongly have to consider whether you're taking a guy in the 8th, 9th, 10th round. I don't lean towards the 8th or 9th round. I will definitely take him in the 10th, but I am not going to risk my best ball team on an 8th or a 9th round pick. Tarik Cohen's the last one I want to talk about just for a brief moment. His ADP fell from 42.8 to 49.8. That's about half a round, 7 spots. This is a guy that people are starting to sour a little bit on, and I can see this momentum building up with the aggressive move upwards that David Montgomery has had. This is just a heads up that Tarik Cohen could be falling in rounds, and he could be a great pickup. Always remember, guys, that these are probability plays with these players. Nothing is guaranteed in fantasy football ever. From all of us at DFF, thanks for joining us today. Until next time, keep building your foundation.